the grand i10 Nios. I think that's a really cool looking, sporty, stylish car for millennials, for young people, for a young couple.
Well, in advertising, we always like to try something new and different. And for anything to be noticed, it has to stand out. And hence, this whole idea to use a long format with an OTT sort of storytelling to it.
So the brief was very exciting. Now came the twist, that we had literally 4 weeks to pull it off. They wanted to do something beyond the usual traditional 30-second TVC and beyond the usual influencer test drive.
We actually went through a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of working weekends to finally crack this. The script has been the most fun thing to work on.
This is a couple that's like chalk and cheese, yin and yang. They can't agree on anything, and now they have to agree on a very big decision, which is buying their first car together. एक वो fresh जोड़ी जब साथ में आती है ना, there's always a यार ये नया है, ये interesting है. So we went for Ehsaas, who's a lovely, very talented actor.
My character is of a young, newly married girl who is really cool. But the husband is the fun one and she's the most reserved and more poised and more calm one.
And then we brought on board Ritwik Bhaumik, who's of course fresh on the back of Bandish Bandits.
I'm playing Amit, and Amit is a very humorous guy and only can come up with jokes with every sentence that's thrown at him, and I'm having a ball playing.
Hey, aati hai khandala.
They just completely nailed the character. There's so much improv and the small nuances that both of them brought in, from the rolling of the eyes to a poor joke to when a take goes wrong, them kind of teasing each other.
I think they're the most gorgeous couple. To kind of see them come together, I think it's one of the most amazing things we get to see and the audience gets to see. When we opted for Keshav playing Pankaj, we were really skeptical because we thought he's a great looking model, he's done some fabulous work. Will he actually really fit in the role of playing Pankaj? But I think he's done a fantastic job.
So we tapped into some really interesting people to jump on board in the crew. Sabse pehle, I think we reached out to Shah Bhai. Shahbaz is a really fun guy, you'll probably see him running around sets. And he's someone who doesn't have one critical word in his vocabulary, which is no. Like if you ask him or you tell him कि यार शाह भाई ना हमको हेलीकॉप्टर चाहिए, he'll look at you and say कौन से कलर का चाहिए? You ask him or you tell him कि सर मुझे डायनासोर चाहिए, he'll say कितने बजे तक भेजूँ? He's that kind of guy, which is I think just the kind of thing that you need in a tight head of production, EP, producer. The aesthetic was still meant to be very chakachak, very advertising. So we tapped into one of the most exciting, hottest directors on the advertising circuit, namely i10. So i10 came on board to direct the series. I think i10 brings on board a very unique, aesthetic. He has a great, command over the craft, having worked on some of the biggest brands.
We got about a week to pull off such a shoot on a massive scale. We did an extensive prep. We planned out each and every shot. We did an extensive tech recce as well and framed each shot how it's going to be exactly shot the way it was planned.
Of course, the other reason Sanket came on board is because when you have a Gujarati on set, you have to make sure that the food is fantastic. So Sanket kind of ensured we landed that really well. And given how cool the cars were, we needed to make sure that the aesthetic is also like absolute A-class. So we brought in a bunch of really interesting people as HODs.
As a showroom, as a standard of any company, they have their own standards and specifications for the colors, their furnitures, their lighting. It was a whole glass showroom and we could not see outside because there were a lot of people, cars passing by. So we had come down to a solution that we will frost the glasses.
They're a great looking couple, so the styling them is really, they make everything look good. So when we had a pretty clear idea of what we're doing, we sourced just that and we put it on and it worked, and that rarely happens almost.
Even on the post front, we have a Kadak editor, Pranav. We had Sid on board to do the music.
I would say that there was a lot of fun moments, heartbreaking moments where we were pushing back on our dialogues to everything.
I think we've been able to create something hopefully fun, which goes beyond a traditional product film tells you a great story through the lens of two fun characters who you'll find very, very relatable.
चलो